After speaking with thousands of women, a familiar story resonates. I'm tired. My needs aren't being met. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to express this to my partner. I'm hoping they can be a supportive space with me, but they're going through their own stuff and they're having a hard time manifesting the life that they desire. We got to address this because I know that this probably is going to sound like it does not fit into this conversation, but it absolutely does. Transhumanism is really a thing. It is really a merging of machine and man.
Yeah.
And if we don't know how to be with each other in difficult times, we're not going to be able to sustain healthy relationships, maybe even heal relationships to become healthier relationships. And our children become a byproduct of the frequency, not what we say, not what we tell them to do. It is the frequency and the message that we are broadcasting to them through our own actions. And when you don't know that trauma is stored within your nervous system, it's easy for you to be triggered and it is easy to become emotionally reactive. The only thing that you need to become emotionally reactive is some form of stressor, a trigger, and lack of awareness. So emotional reactivity is usually in response to an external trigger, and you basically lose your ability to be emotionally regulated. And it's not anything to feel ashamed about or blame about. And I see so much of this now everywhere happening. But we went through a very stressful time as humanity. And now we're here trying to find a new template for the relationship with ourselves first. The relationship with the parts of us that we want to hide, the parts of us that we were told to be ashamed of, the part of us that caused us to get abused, the part of us that caused us to feel like we were worthy of being neglected and abandoned. So when you hide these parts of yourself, your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight. Maybe your cortisol levels are high as a result of the nervous system being in fight or flight. In our 9-year journey of going through the spiritual awakening as a couple, what we learn about ourselves individually. So our children, in order for us to actually give what we have come here to do, to offer our service in our lives in the way that we're showing up, we cannot change the world until we change ourselves. We cannot change and alter the direction our bloodlines are moving in until we heal ourselves. And it's a journey. It's not overnight. But one common thing that I'm noticing is that women, I'm not saying men don't need support, but women have been in masculine energy so long, so many of us have nervous systems that are dysregulated and we become emotionally reactive. And the frequency of a woman is very powerful and it creates an aura anywhere that she is. And this is why you hear in so many cultures the way that they treated women, mothers, those who carry the children, those who are the nurses, the doctors, the healers, the wise woman. There's a certain level of support that we once had as a part of many indigenous cultures that was no longer when the patriarchy came with its own agenda. And so as we are the generation who is noticing all of the disconnects, noticing the areas where we're not comfortable being vulnerable, we're not comfortable being honest, we're afraid to be rejected and abandoned, and it's leading to a lot of lonely people. It's leading to a lot of people who may not be lonely, but have no desire to be in a partnership with someone. And this is a problem. This is a problem for humanity. We are made to, we're mammals. So we usually operate in tribes, in communities. Loneliness, the rate of suicide has went up immensely. You don't have to be someone who is feeling like a partnership is just not something that's ever going to happen for you, or it's just too stressful. I see so many single women making TikToks and videos about men this, men that. I can't deal with it. It's too stressful. I've talked to wives and this is what they said. And I understand it and I get it. And I'm not saying that he is not ever stressful, because he does have a few things about himself that he's working on. But because I was able to find the purpose in the painful experiences that we were having, and I was able to connect it to my past and where I desired to move to, it became a catalyst for me on this journey. And I have led thousands of people through many different forms of spirituality, metaphysics, mindset coaching, working with goddesses, working with deities. I've done all of this work, and these are the common denominators that I have found. So yes, this is coming through me, and I am my own student. I'm not just sitting here as a teacher. I have to be my own student, and I have lived this through experience, but I have also been through some things that most people haven't, and I've had 2 near-death experiences. Really more than that, but 2 that I can say for certain. And it changed me forever, and I've always been empathic. I've always been intuitive. I've always been very strongly psychic, reading and picking up energy. I'm something called a Hayoka empath. So I'm the kind of empath who has the ability, the keen ability to be aware of other people's pain. And I'm taking all of those things that were so painful for me and using them to create purpose and share that with other people. So if this sounds like something that interests you, yeah, right. It was such a journey to get here. But if it interests you, we're actually taking everything that we have learned about some of the things that we're talking about here and more things that you will see coming from us. And we have put this in a course where you can spend about 30 to 45 minutes, maybe an hour if you can, a day, learning a little bit more about yourself, journeying into yourself. And I'm guiding you throughout the whole entire way. I'm with you every day. And I'm breaking it down and making it simple because I committed myself to this journey. You know? Yeah. I committed myself. I don't want it to be stressful. I want it to be soft. I want it to be gentle. I want the tenderness and the touch and the love and compassion that I have for going through this journey and sharing what I have learned. I want people to feel that. And so this course is not like anything else. This is what I wish I would have had 9 years ago. And when you start to really go deep, you need compassion. You need that divine feminine energy to nurture you, because it is really hard for your whole world to come crashing down because you're noticing areas where you were not your authentic self. And once you notice that, it starts to be dismantled. And it may feel like a rug has been pulled from under your feet. Spiritual awakening, many people make it sound beautiful and superhero-like, but it's challenging. And, you know, I wish I would have had this, and I wish that I didn't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars hiring so many coaches to figure this out. But it was such a problem for me that it became something I could no longer ignore. And watching our children get into relationships and have children, seeing that really brought this full circle. So when you get to 3 generations that you can see from yourself forward, and you can look 3 generations backwards, it's so much of an eagle eye view that you are giving in that. So this is a combination of personal development and spirituality, mindset coaching, quantum shifting, timeline jumping, ascension journeying, shadow work. Some of you may be like, wait, all of that? But yes, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of what's available for tools for you. So if you're interested in, make sure that you check the link out. And I would say, don't wait. Don't wait. Don't believe that you can't heal. For whatever reason, up to this point, you thought that you couldn't. Don't take our word for it. You show up for yourself and you put in the work, and you will see the transformation and the results.
If you made it here to even be viewing this, that means that you're tired of being sick and tired. And so this is the greatest time and opportunity for you to transform your life.
Yeah, absolutely.